Today on Ballistic Barbecue, I'm going to be taking a little break from cooking, and I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to be reviewing the 34-quart portable refrigerator freezer from VEVOR. This thing is perfect for camping, fishing, picnics, you name it. This thing is awesome. Let's take a look. Some of my regular viewers know that one of my hobbies is overlanding. I have a Jeep, I have an off-road trailer, and I love to go out wintertime right now to the desert, camp. Right now in the wintertime, average temperatures are in the 70s during the day. It's just beautiful out there. Summertime, I like beach camping, and then also going up to the Sierras, up to the mountains and camping up there. It all started out with backpacking, but as I get older, it's just a lot easier to kind of pull all my gear behind me on a trailer and off-road to where I'm going to go on my Jeep. So that's what I love doing now. And I have them on my Jeep. My Jeep's, the trailer's more of I call it like a chuck wagon. I have a rooftop tent on that. And then I have everything I need is in this trailer. I have a pull-out refrigerator. It's a 45-quart refrigerator that I paid a lot of money for. I paid over $1,000 for this fridge. And it's dual zone, so it has a refrigerator and a freezer. The thing that I've discovered is it's just, I'm not even using the freezer feature. I'm using the whole thing as a refrigerator. And if I go out for, multiple days, it's just not big enough. So what I've been doing is supplementing the refrigerator with a standard cooler with ice, which we all know things get soggy, ice melts, it's just a pain. And, the bigger modern coolers, they stay frozen a lot longer, but the drawback is the insulation is so thick, they're huge. So I was looking at VEVOR, and I've had a working relationship with VEVOR for years, but before they knew me and I knew them, I was actually buying a lot of their stuff, like my meat slicer, for example, but they also have a lot of really cool camping stuff, which I honestly didn't even realize. They even have rooftop tents. But I was looking at their portable refrigerators, the car refrigerators, and I found one that I thought would be perfect for me to supplement my very, very expensive refrigerator. This is a 34-quart fridge freezer combo. It's dual zone, and I received it a couple of weeks ago, and I've been kind of running it through some tests, and I'm very, very impressed, especially at a price tag of right around, a little over 200 bucks. Actually on sale right now, under $200. But yeah, once I received it, I plugged it in. I was using AC, and I ran that thing for over a week. And I had two videos, my last two videos, all the food that I used in those videos, I had in that thing. And it kept everything perfectly refrigerated. The freezer works great for 7 days straight. Then I ran it through some tests using my one of my battery power banks, and same thing. It's a very low draw. It's pretty quiet, so I've been very happy with it, and I'm at a point now where I wanted to share it with you guys. So let's take a look at this. This is the NLS 45, and as I said, it's 34 quarts, 32 liter. It's made of an ABS material, similar to most coolers out there. The lids are secured with latches. Here's the fridge. What I'm using is the fridge today. And what you see here are 22 12-ounce cans. And I can easily put 30, probably a little over 30 in here once it's full, and laying some of the cans, sideways like this. But a lot of room in here. I'll give you some dimensions. 11 inches by 10.5 inches. The depth is to the lid a little over about 13.25 inches. And here's a smaller compartment, which today for this video I'm using as the freezer. And I have three, these are 14-ounce little cartons of ice cream. We can fit more in here if I wanted to, but it's plenty of room for, usually I don't have a whole lot of stuff frozen when I'm out at the desert. We're dealing with some chainsaws this morning, trimming a tree, but that's part of an outdoor channel. One thing I want to point out is these compartments here. There's the large compartment, which facing it is on my left. I have that set up as the refrigerator, And then the smaller compartment I have set up as the freezer, but I want to point out that you can swap. I'll show you the controls here in a bit, but you can run either side as their freezer or the refrigerator, and they run perfectly. I ran the large compartment here that I showed you with all the cans in it as a freezer, and it got down to -5 degrees Fahrenheit, and I was running the small compartment at 37 degrees Fahrenheit, which is where I have them right now. The smaller freezer I have running at, it's been between -3 and -5, and the larger compartment's running at 37. As far as the coming to temp, what I've noticed in the tests I've done, it usually takes about 25 to 30 minutes to come to temp, but after it's been running for about an hour, the temps are really stable. Before that hour, there's slight fluctuations, but honestly, the fluctuations have been averaging 3 to 5 degrees plus or minus. Totally acceptable for me for a freezer and a fridge. I did an experiment where I wanted to see if both compartments could be used as a freezer, and both compartments got down to 1 degree Fahrenheit. So yes, you can. I don't see myself doing that. I like my freezers. I usually like them to be right around that -3 to -4 Fahrenheit. As far as the exterior dimensions, this thing is 22.5 inches long. I'll call this long. The depth is about, we'll call this about 14 inches. And the height is 17 inches. I mentioned that there are latches securing the lids. I also want to point out that the lids you can remove and then flip them around so they open up the other direction. Very basic handles here to pick it up. And it's really not terribly heavy. You know, picking it up, carrying it around is pretty easy. One thing I've noticed about the VEVOR site is they have a ton of these refrigerators, different sizes. I mean, this is about the mid-range of their refrigerators. They have them up to like over 100 liters with wheels and everything. So they have a bunch of different configurations. This is what I was looking for. This is perfect for what I need. To kind of give you a little bit more perspective on the size of this, per the data sheet, this will hold 12 750 milliliter bottles, like wine bottles. Pretty cool. So the adjustments for the dual zone here, -4 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And like I said before, those temperature settings are very stable. After that first hour, it just runs like a clock. Power input's right here. Right now I'm running 110. If you're using AC, it'll run 100 to 240 volts. The DC adapter also plugs into the same input here, and it'll run 12 to 24 volts. As far as the noise produced by the compressor, the decibel rating is listed as 45 dB, which is pretty low. So here's the built-in display and control panel that's actually on the unit. Power button's right here. This is the, you cycle through the Eco and Max power modes. So on the Eco mode, it's drawing less than 41 watts. And then on Maximum, it's drawing 46 watts. But it's drawing less than 1 kilowatt hour a day. It also has a USB plug here if you want to charge your phone or run something off of this. The nice thing is this is also Bluetooth capable, has a really nice app. I'm going to show you that right now. So here's the app. You can see it's very intuitive. It works very well. Right now I'm in the patio, as you can see, and I've checking this thing from inside the house. I was out in the front yard, still monitoring the temperature and still making changes if I want to. It's pretty self-explanatory. You have right and left side. So this is what I have as my refrigerator right now. And this is what I have as the freezer. So I've been doing a lot of opening and closing lids right now, so it's kind of readjusting. But currently the temperature is 30 degrees in the fridge, 2 degrees Fahrenheit in the freezer. And this is what my setting is, 37 degrees for that fridge. And to change it, you can either hit the plus or the minus, or you can slide this way. You can change between Celsius and Fahrenheit. You can lock it. Now, if you hit the lock button, basically what happens is you can only make changes from the app. You can't make changes from the control panel here. So here are your power settings, low, medium, and high. I have it on high, and really all that boils down to is coming up to temp, I'm drawing more energy on high than if I were on medium or low. So one other thing I think it's important to note for those of you who may be wanting to take this off-road like me, or maybe boating or wherever, even at a 45-degree angle, if this thing's seated at a 45-degree angle, that compressor is still going to provide those temperatures that you have set in either this app or the controller here. So 45-degree angles, that's pretty cool. A couple other things I want to add. When you buy this, it has a 12-month warranty, but if you want, you can always add additional protection to your purchase. I'll have the link down below if you want to check it out, and I also have a discount code that gives you another 5% off. And they're going to be having some sales here soon, so definitely check them out. If you're into camping or outdoor cooking, you know, like out in the woods, definitely check out VEVOR because they have a surprising amount of very cool things. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that I have in my trailer, I bought from VEVOR before I ever had any type of relationship with them. And the quality is amazing for the price you're paying. I don't think they can be beat. So I've been very happy with, I'm actually a proud supporter of VEVOR now. And again, started out as a customer. Now I have a relationship with them. I'm grateful for that. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and watching my video. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscription button, ringing the notification bell, thumb it up if you like it. I hope you did. I'm gonna have some ice cream when I'm done with this. It's right behind me. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.